All right, today we're going to dig into a marketing rule that's, believe it or not, over 60 years old, but it might just be the most powerful secret weapon that you're not using right now. It's called the 40-40-20 rule, and honestly, it explains so much about why some marketing campaigns soar and why others just crash and burn. I mean, you've seen this happen, right? A company will spend a boatload of money on this slick, gorgeous, award-worthy ad campaign, and nothing. Crickets. It just completely fails to move the needle. It's such a common and frustrating problem. So why does it happen? Well, the answer comes from a place you might not expect. It's pretty old school. To figure out this very modern problem, we actually have to get in our time machine and travel way back. And I don't just mean to the early days of the internet. No. We're going way, way back. We're landing in the 1960s. Picture it, the whole Mad Men era of advertising. This was the absolute golden age of direct mail, and a marketing guru by the name of Ed Meyer came up with this brilliant principle to predict if a campaign would be a hit. He called it, you guessed it, the 40-40-20 rule. And don't think for a second this was just some dusty old idea that got forgotten. As you can see from this quote from a FedEx guide, this rule has had some serious staying power. For decades, it was the gold standard, and its core logic, well, it's still incredibly relevant. Now, to really get why this rule was so critical, you gotta look at the data. I mean, check this out. This report from 2012 shows that direct mail was still super cost-effective, holding its own against newer things like pay-per-click and even email. When their costs are that competitive, you absolutely need a reliable formula to make sure you're not just throwing money away. And that's exactly where the 40-40-20 rule became the playbook. So what is this powerful formula exactly? Okay, let's break down the three classic parts that make the whole thing tick. All right, here it is in all its glory. The success of your campaign breaks down like this. A massive 40% depends on your audience, basically the list of people you're reaching out to. Another huge 40% depends on your offer, what you're actually selling or asking them to do. And that last little 20%, well, that's for everything else, the stuff we call the creative. First up, the big one, the audience. 40% of your success rides on this. It is the absolute foundation of your campaign. See, Ed Meyer's genius insight was that success isn't about shouting at everyone. It's about whispering to a very specific group of people who have a proven desire for what you've got. This means going way beyond just age and location. You have to understand their pains, their wants, their fears. Because the bottom line is, if you get this part wrong, the other 60% is completely worthless. Okay, next up is the other 40% heavyweight, the offer. Once you know exactly who you're talking to, you have to nail what you're giving them. A killer offer has a clear structure. First, you hit on a pain point. Then you give them a clear benefit. You follow that with a strong call to action. Then you toss in a sweetener, like a limited time discount to get them to act now. And finally, you take away all the risk with something like a money-back guarantee. It's just a powerful 1-2 punch. And that brings us to the final 20%, the creative. Now, this is the tip of the iceberg. It's the part everybody sees and talks about. The clever copy, the beautiful design, all the fun stuff. But according to the rule, it's the smallest piece of the puzzle. The number one trap marketers fall into is spending all their time and energy right here, while totally ignoring the huge foundation of audience and offer underneath. Because the hard truth is, the most amazing creative on earth cannot rescue a bad offer that's being sent to the wrong people. Okay, I know what you're thinking. That's all great for the 1960s world of direct mail, but what about today? I mean, come on, we live in a world of social media, big data, and AI. Can a 60-year-old's rule really still be relevant? This is really the central debate, isn't it? On one side, you have people saying, hey, the fundamentals are timeless. Reaching the right person with the right offer, that never changes. But then you have the other side saying, are you kidding me? The tools and channels are a different universe now. How could a simple rule like this possibly hold up? So what's the real answer? Well, it's not about just throwing the rule out the window. It's about rethinking it for the digital age. And modern marketers have actually adapted its core wisdom in some really, really interesting ways. So here's one modern take on it. People use it to allocate their marketing budget. In this version, 40% of your money goes to creating the message. That kind of combines the original offer and creative. Another 40% is for actually delivering that message to your audience. And then, this is crucial, the last 20% is set aside for testing and refining. It's a really practical way to think about where your dollars should be going. And here's another interpretation that really shows you how complex things have gotten. It breaks the rule down even further. You can see how those original three pillars have kind of fragmented. Audience and content still get the biggest chunks, sure, but now you've got these smaller, specific slices for things like data, for distribution channels, for sales alignment, for messaging. It shows how that simple framework has evolved into a much more detailed checklist for today's marketer. So, with all these different versions floating around, the classic, the modern ones, what's the big takeaway here? How should you actually use this information? It's actually really simple. The technology has changed dramatically, but the human psychology hasn't. So whether you're sending a postcard or running a super sophisticated AI campaign, the core principle Admire figured out hasn't changed one bit. The how looks totally different, but the what and the who are still king. So if you remember only one thing from this, let it be this. Your success as a marketer is not determined by how clever your copy is or how beautiful your design is. It's determined by the quality of your list, the who, and the strength of your offer, the what. That right there, that's the North Star that should guide every single campaign you ever run. And that leaves us with one final question to really think about. When you look at where you spend your time, your money, and your energy, is it truly focused on that critical 80%, the audience and the offer? Or are you maybe getting a little lost in that flashy, fun 20% of creative that feels really important, but only delivers a fraction of the results? It's definitely something to consider.